Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and in today's video I have an original painting speed paint for you, and I haven't done one of these since I did my fading fairy painting, and that was quite a long time ago. And just to give you guys a little bit of context, I do these kind of paintings when I just want to relax and de-stress and not worry too much about the final outcome, but also just kind of zone out and draw basically. And it wasn't too challenging because I decided to draw a girl, which, as you know, is in my comfort zone, but I did add the element of a challenge through the way that she's angled her head, as it's kind of is a difficult angle for me because half the face is like obscured and it's really hard to know where to put the other eye that goes like behind the nose. And I was looking at a lot of references for this, although in the beginning I wasn't, and you can probably tell it doesn't really look right. So I did have to end up going for a reference just to try and figure out how to do it, because that is like my number one piece of advice. If you're drawing something and you have no idea how to draw it, use a reference picture, because there's no shame in using reference and it will help you out a lot. And a little bit more context to this, I've been watching loads of Estabrook's critiques lately. Estabrook has an amazing channel and she does loads of critiques of artists who submit their work on her Google Plus community. I've been wanting to submit work for the longest time for a critique, but I kind of don't want to. I'm not at a point well, I was about to say I'm not at a point I'm comfortable with yet, but the whole point of a critique is to identify what you're doing wrong in order to improve it. So I think I'm just trying to make excuses not to send it in because I'm a bit scared about what she's gonna say, but I definitely, if you don't watch her channel, definitely check her out, because you can learn so much about, like, especially if you're doing digital art, there's so much you can learn, but also loads of just universal things that can be taken into consideration for traditional and digital art. So anyway, this was a bit of a tricky facial expression and pose. Well, not expression, but just the pose. And yeah, and also I didn't really want to push the expression on this one because I just wanted her to look like, not in awe, just like she was looking up in like this wondering way. I'm trying to think of the word. You know when you're just like so entranced by something? That's the kind of expression I was trying to go for here. Oh, and I'm using Paint Tool SAI, and I haven't used Paint Tool SAI in so long, and I was like so rusty. I was like, I haven't used this in so long and I don't know what I'm doing, and I want to switch back to Krita, which is exactly how I felt when I switched from Paint Tool SAI to Krita. I was like, I want to switch back to Paint Tool SAI. So I'm just kind of working on being able to draw in most programs, if that makes sense. My next one to tackle is Photoshop. Oh, and loads of people keep asking me for a Krita tutorial, and I will do that when I do get around to it, but I want to make sure I know the program a lot better before I do end up doing that. But I will have a part 2 to my Paint Tool SAI tutorial like series thing, the beginner's guide. It might not be next week, but it'll probably be the week after that. And yeah, so I'm going to speak a little bit more about this painting now today. I had no idea what to paint for this episode, honestly, no idea whatsoever. So I'd sat down, I was listening to music to try and find some inspiration, and then Fireflies by Owl City came on, and that has always been one of my favourite songs like ever, and it made me think I want to do a painting with fireflies in it. It did prove to be a little bit of a challenge because I've never actually drawn fireflies before, and I ended up just kind of making them just these, they kind of look just like floating lights. You can't really tell that they are meant to be fireflies, but they are. And I wanted her to look like, I don't know, I just wanted her to look kind of magical, I guess. And I thought, I had like this idea in my head of having her with this like really white hair, and I thought it would look really cool. And originally I was trying to make her look like she was in like a night scene with the blue skin and everything, but it kind of just ended up looking like she did have blue skin, although I do like how that did look in the end, and I'm really happy with how the nose ended up coming out on this one because it was such a tricky angle and it was hard to get the nose right as well as the eye behind it. So I am really happy with all that. Although you can tell I spent so much time rendering the face, when it gets to the body I kind of gave up like a little bit. Well, not gave up, just I got so tired, and really I should have given myself a lot more time to work on this painting. I feel like there could have been loads of details that could have been added, or there's bits that could have been like rendered even further. I could have pushed it so much further and made this image a lot better. However, when I do compare this to Fading Fairy, the one I did a while ago, you can see I managed to achieve a lot more depth in this one. And the way I think I've managed to do that and understand how depth works was through doing the grayscale paintings before. And people who do digital art, like professionals, always do recommend, well, as I've seen, they always tend to recommend that you do any kind of practice like painting studies in grayscale, because it will help you understand like how to include like a tonal range, and as soon as you go back to painting in colour again, it makes all the difference. I still haven't quite understood or come to grips with how you paint over grayscale paintings, and a lot of you guys ended up saying that you found it quite boring to watch when I did do the grayscale painting videos. So that's why I don't really do them anymore. Plus I find them really hard to colour. It's because if you were to get the primary colours, so a red, a yellow and a blue, and then you desaturated them all, they would not all be the same tone of grey. So it's a bit confusing. You have to try and like think, I'm painting a skin tone, so I need to make the greys lighter or something, or darker. It's just like, it's so much thought process into it. So that's why I've stopped doing like paintings like that, where I did it grayscale first. Also, for anyone that was like saying this week, Jenna, why haven't you got a Drawing Overseas videos up? It's because I do it every 2 weeks. Because the one time I did do it weekly, someone was complaining that they didn't want to see so many Drawing Overseas. And then when I went back to doing it every fortnight, someone's complaining that I haven't uploaded a video of Drawing Overseas. I swear, someone's always going to be unhappy if I don't upload a Drawing Overseas, or if I do upload it. So I'm just going to keep on the fortnightly schedule at the moment. I think that is working out quite well for me. I don't want to be drawing OCs all the time, because it does, well, not that it gets boring, it's just I want to change up my content. And also doing like original paintings like this is so much fun for me, because I did get to just zone out and paint it and have fun with it. And I'm really excited because I've done this at the start of the year, so I could probably redraw this but in like December or something, and I'm sure I'll be able to do it much better then. Speaking of redrawing things, next week I have a draw this again planned for you guys, and if I'll give you guys a little bit of a spoiler. It is going to be that Akira and Elfie drawing that I did about a year ago. I think I did it in March last year, but I'll probably put a link to that in the description if you want to check it out, so you know what I will be redrawing next week before I end up doing it. Also, I just wanted to add, I'm probably going to add this drawing onto my Redbubble store, so you can buy it as prints or on a t-shirt if you so desire, or if you wanted it as a phone case or anything like that, or even just a sticker to stick on your sketchbook. I will have a link to my Redbubble in the description if you want to go buy a print of this or whatever, and not only will you end up with like a print of the drawing, but it will also help me out a lot, and that's one way you can support me. I would really appreciate that if you did do that, if you do particularly like this painting. I don't actually have many things on my Redbubble at the moment, so I'm thinking of doing like a sticker pack soon or something, but I don't know what to do stickers of, so you guys just let me know, what kind of things do you want to see stickers of? And if I was to do some more original paintings, I really want to go off some suggestions from you guys of things I can paint. I don't want to just draw or paint girls. I was thinking of painting a group of my like OCs together or something like that, in like a very storybook-esque kind of illustration. And also another thing is that I do need to repaint my comic cover, because the comic will be coming out soon, because I did change a lot of things and now it's almost ready to be released, which is exciting. But yeah, anyway, I really hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I had so much fun painting this painting, and it was just nice to change it up for me. So I really hope you guys like it. Just let me know what you think. and if you're going to critique it, don't be too mean, because I really like this one. And I'll see you in next week's video. Bye guys!